Hi, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign, and it's in the afternoon, starting to get a little dusky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil some water using this new stove stand. I think the only thing I'm missing is water, which is over there in my backpack. Now, the only way to know really how good something like this is just to use it. And although you think you've got things all figured out, quite often life will throw you a curve. So I'm not going to pronounce this a success till I've used it a few times and found out what the ups and downs are. Now, today I'm using a mini atomic carbon felt. And I've got a 1 ounce bottle here, so I can tell about how much fuel I've got. I'm going to put in 3/4 of an ounce. That probably will be enough to bring the water to a boil if it's not too windy. Got my pot all marked off for 2 cups of water. Light the stove and put the pot stand on and put the 2 cups of water in my pot. Put it on, put my vented lid on, and put a windscreen around it. There we go. Now, I can sit here, and from where I'm sitting, I can look right down and see the stove, and if it was dark, I could see the flame. It's not dark, so the flame is a little bit hard to see, but nonetheless, I can see it as well as anybody could. So I'm going to let this cook for a while. And when it comes to a boil, I'll turn the water back on and let you know how it went. Well, we've got a boil, but I learned something. This did not go as I expected. Stove went for a while, and it wasn't performing very well at all. I'm sitting here scratching my head trying to figure it out. I've got a mini atomic carbon felt setting on an 8x8 sheet of aluminum, and the aluminum acts as a heat sink. It just pulled all the heat away from the stove, and the stove couldn't get up to speed. So what I did was I cut a little bit off the end of the windscreen with a pair of scissors. So I had a little piece of carbon felt which I put underneath the stove, set the stove right on that, and wow, the stove took right off and boiled the water, no problem. She's boiling hard. See? So I learned something. If I'd been out in the evening cooking out on the trail, I'm not sure I would have caught that, but I will know next time to, or anybody that's going to use it on sheet metal, put a piece of carbon felt on it or something to insulate it. Now, normally, when you, in the evening, if you're at a shelter, you would cook right at the shelter with everybody else. I'm a little bit of an oddity in that area. I don't like to eat in the evening at the shelter with everybody because my metabolism takes a little longer to slow down after a day of hiking. So I usually end up eating at 9 or 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And since the shelter is full of people, it wouldn't be a good idea to get my flashlight and go rattle out to the shelter and sit there and cook and wake everybody up. So this, I can just swing my legs around in my hammock and set my stove right out and cook my meal in my own privacy, in my hammock, away from everybody, where I don't bother anybody. And that's a big plus for me. I have foregone cooking a meal in the evening just because I didn't want to wake anybody up. But this is a good idea for me, personally. Everybody's different. But you do want to put a piece of carbon felt underneath your stove. So, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today and try to have a really great day. Bye-bye.